Well, I'm on the phone with Travers Evans, the Maine Maritime Academy men's soccer coach. And, Coach, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule so we can start this Wednesday Coaches Show.
I appreciate you having me on.
All right, I know that you've got a real busy weekend heading up to Husson University, and kind of unusual that you play Husson in a non-conference match and as part of the Husson tournament, but any time that Husson and Maine Maritime Academy get together, it's outstanding soccer and physical.
Yeah, you know, they're a big rival for us, being a conference opponent and our closest conference opponent. The interesting thing about this tournament as well is that we've got both Husson and Castleton, two conference teams that we're playing in non-conference games. So we'll get a good look at two conference opponents, prior to the conference season opening up.
Is that a little weird, or how do you feel about that?
It is a little strange. Usually we go to this tournament every year, and usually it's ourselves and Husson playing two non-conference opponents. Husson got in a situation where a team dropped out and they needed to fill the spot, and Castleton needed a game, so we're ending up playing both of them. There'll be good games for us. Not my preference. I prefer not to play both of them out of conference, but we've got them, and we're going to go and give it our best effort.
It's good, though, I guess, in terms of you've got some, a lot of Ellsworth kids. You've got a couple Bangor, Waterville kids and Hamden on the roster, so it's kind of neat for them to be able to be playing in their backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done pretty well with the local kids that we've recruited, and like you said, we've got handful of Ellsworth kids, Bangor kids, kids from Hamden, Farmington, even Southern Maine, Falmouth, and whatnot. So it's nice for them to be able to play a couple games, close to home, and for us, it's it's an away game, but not too far away.
Right.
A 45-minute ride up the road. So it counts as an away game, but it's still pretty manageable. Practically
a home compared to some of the other trips you make.
Right, absolutely. We were in Fort Kent last weekend, so that's a little bit longer drive.
That's going to be 5 hours from Castine? Yeah,
4.5, 5 hours to Fort Kent. So we went up and play. We play a very competitive out-of-conference schedule. So University of Maine Fort Kent is probably the best team in Maine. We just played Colby College last night. We played Bates. We play UNE. So we try to prepare ourselves with a really competitive out-of-conference schedule. So hopefully when we hit conference, we're ready to go.
And conference play opens up a week from this weekend.
Yep. Yeah, it opens up a week from Saturday, and we've got a great matchup here in Castine for homecoming weekend. So we're looking forward to that. But we've got two big games to play this weekend, and try to get better, try to get prepared for conference play coming up here next week.
Give us a little preview. I know you're off to a 1-3 start. A little preview of the team, and if you would.
We've got a real good mix this year of the team. It's we've got some veteran leadership back, but also we've got a lot of new faces that we're trying to blend into the mix. The start of the year at Maine Maritime Academy is a little different than the start of the year at most academic institutions. Our freshmen are still running around in their baits and with their backpacks on, during the course of the day. So those guys, take a little bit longer to get themselves into the mix. But we've got some real outstanding leadership with our three senior captains, and Kyle Haslam, and Ellsworth boy with Matt LeBlanc, who's from Saco, and Chris Gilman from Old Town. So, three seniors that have been with our program, know what to expect, know the way that we do things. But then we're mixing in a bunch of freshmen. I think we played 18 players in our game last night, which which is a fair amount. And I think there were 6 freshmen in that mix. The Weeks brothers out of Ellsworth.
Yep.
Luke Vilas out of Falmouth, who's going to be a real good player for us. Will Houston on Hamden Academy. Miles Gamage from Thornton Academy. So we worked a bunch of those young players in. We've got a good competition going in goal right now as well. We're kind of splitting games with our two goalkeepers, a freshman and a sophomore, until we hit conference play, and one of them's kind of emerged. And we returned some other key players with John Reeks, who was our leading scorer last year. Brian Susi, who led our team in assists last year, is back. So, I think we've got a good mix of, players that have been through the paces, and then, some really talented young guys. When you're playing that many new faces, it takes a little while for everyone to settle into, roles, responsibilities, get a chance to play good teams, make some mistakes, watch film, make corrections in training. So, I'm confident when we hit our conference play that we'll be ready, and looking forward to some good things. There's
such a substantial difference in the physical play between high school and college.
Absolutely. At the college level, everyone's a good athlete. Everyone's been one of the top players at their high school or club program. So athletically, there's a huge difference. The speed of play is much faster. Your decision making has to be much faster. Your mistakes get punished a little more than they do at the high school level. So it's a learning process for all those young kids and for our older players, and kind of getting all those guys to get on the same page and get moving in the right direction. And we're historically a little slow starting. I think if you look in our last 3 or 4 years, we're probably right about where we are right now, with all our kids coming out of the regimental pre-training and all the stuff that we our kids go through that it's a little bit different than at other places. But I feel that kind of helps us as we get rolling in the middle and the end of the season, that we've been through some things that other people haven't been through, and maybe makes us a little tougher down the stretch.
Well, sounds good. We look forward to talking to you next Wednesday. We'll hear how this past weekend, or this upcoming weekend, games have gone, and then we'll preview the start of the conference schedule.
That sounds great. I appreciate you having me on.